Testing.
Testing.
Okay, that seems to be okay.
Testing. Okay, that seems to be okay.
Alright, sorry, the controller seems to be really loud. Hopefully that doesn't get too annoying. I didn't think it'd be that loud. Let me do a few more tests before we get into this. No, those are pretty much where I want them to be. I guess I'll just try not to do that with my controller. So, greetings everyone. My name is Ethonra, and welcome back to Destiny 2, but this time, Lightfall. So, as you probably can guess, it's been a while. I'm not dead. As a matter of fact, my birthday was not too long ago. I'm not going to tell you when, because I don't like my personal information getting out there, but as a form of a hint, let's just say a certain game came out quite recently, and my birthday, coincidentally, was on that day. Furthermore, it also happens to be the same day that Bloodborne came out. So, if you care, there you go. If you don't even got to worry about it. So, hopefully this stream will go alright. On my little iPad here, it's incredibly blurry. Hopefully, oh, that's why the quality is at 144p. Why did it do that? Let's try 760. There we go. I wish I could go higher, but 760 is good, at least. Anyway, let's not get distracted. So, yeah, I'm back. Money is not as bad as it was, and it might get better because I have a very big day tomorrow. I'm not going to say what because I already said why, but very big day tomorrow, so hopefully that can be rectified soon. So I bought the Lightfall expansion. As you can see, here's my hunter. Funny story though, I was debating on whether I should do a first time playthrough or just play it after the fact and then stream it. I obviously decided on the latter, so I have a brand new hunter. If you don't believe me, look, she does not have strand or stasis, and you know for a fact my other hunter did, so brand new hunter, which is nothing new for me. So if I could have restarted the story like you can in Witch Queen, then oops. But again, it's no big deal for me because I do this all the time. I wasn't joking when I said that. Hopefully though, she will be the last one. And one other thing I want to share with you all is this. I kind of made this just for the heck of it, that date specifically, but my real thing is right here, the round robin, because I love my loud lullaby, and I wish round robin had a better name, I really do, but this is essentially the gun that retired my loud lullaby. And yeah, I love the shader on this thing. I have mixed feelings about the strobe effect. I both like it and dislike it, so I'll ultimately leave it. This is what I'm rolling with. I might replace this with high caliber because personally that's what I prefer, but I always get held when I do that, so who knows. But I know for a fact these two are staying. These are awesome perks, because essentially loud lullaby just without all the extra on it. The origin perk is, I don't even know what to say about it, because I don't like the fact that the rocket seems to come from over my shoulder. It doesn't come out of, like, you know, where the bullet should come from, which I think would actually help a lot with the trajectory. You'll see when I actually start to play with it. But yeah, the origin perk is a mixed bag. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it feels terrible. These are what I'm running with. I was really happy about it at first. I'm going to check firepower. I didn't know that got turned off. Not sure what's going on there. I was really happy with this at first until I realized that the reason why strand upgrades are so cheap is because of the seasonal artifact. I thought it was because, oh, you're investing in an element. It should cost less to invest in a singular element as opposed to something as general as kinetic. But no. Oh, okay, I didn't buy it. That's why. I'm using a different. Like I said, my artifact is different, so I got different things. What to put on? No, the reload speed is fine. Sure, we'll do that. We'll do that for now. So yeah, it kind of sucks that I can't keep this build because I really, really like it. I'm super accurate with this hand cannon, thanks to the targeting mods. But yeah, that's enough talking. Let's get into it. Oh, and don't worry, I have my fair share of thoughts about the campaign. Most of the things I've heard are negative, and I can see where they're coming from, but some of the things I do like, and I'll be sure to point them out when I can remember to.
The witness, the malefactor of our first collapse, is at our doorstep. Once thought to be a force known as the Darkness, the witness revealed itself to be an entity that instead wields the darkness against us. It spoke through our ghosts and offered us salvation if we submitted to it. We refused. Though we do not know its true intentions, we can only assume it seeks to finish what it started during our collapse. Our resolve was tested when Savathun, Hive goddess of trickery, disguised herself as one of our foremost guardians, Osiris. She gained access to our secrets, but in turn, Osiris gained access to hers. Savathun had rebelled against the witness and hid what might be our only chance of defeating it away on the planet Neptune. Now, former Cabal Emperor Callus and his loyalist warships have joined the Witness's advance on Earth. But we found an unexpected ally in Callus's daughter, Empress Kytor, and Mithrax, the Elixni leader of the House of Light. Together, we have united against our common enemy. In an unprecedented move, the Traveler left Earth to confront the Witness head-on. This conflict was set in motion long before we existed. But we will bring it to an end, one way or another.
I bet you guys heard that little notification. Of course, it didn't happen during my little spiel. It waits until the cinematic plays. And then right before it really ends, too. But that's my Ethonra luck for you, so what can you do? I will say, though, they went hard on these opening cutscenes, and I'm glad our character talks more. Really am.
Vanguard to all units. Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
found the veil.
We're in no position to engage the enemy.
We don't have a choice. We're out of time.
Osiris. Don't die.
Also, little shocker here, I skipped a lot of these cutscenes because I wanted to be surprised when I watched them on stream, even though I obviously wouldn't react unless it's really out there. I actually did not know the Witness just, I can't even call it a Thanos snap, I guess Witness finger flicked those ships into pieces. So that's interesting how that's going to transfer over into a raid, how the Witness cannot just instantly kill us. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, fun fact, I actually did do some of the Legendary campaign, but I actually could not finish it. I'll let you know how far I got when we get there. And to be honest, I'm much stronger now, so I probably could actually do it this time, but I'm not going to. Not for the stream. I'll do it in my spare time, because I do want easy upgrades here. But when I first did it, I was around, I'm not sure how strong I was, 17... No, it wasn't 1760. It was far lower than that. It was like anywhere between 1740 and 1750, I think. If that. It was definitely no higher than 1750. That had to be the absolute one. So I'm much stronger now than when I did it. And of course I did it solo. But like I said, once I got to that wall, I just could not get through it. It was just too much heck. So I'll let you know when we get there. I don't mind a challenge, but when the challenge goes from being a challenge to just feeling unfair, that's when I get a little annoyed. Speaking of annoyed, it took me 5 days to create my round robin. 5. And I got at least one red border round robin per day, if that. So that was annoying, and what made it even more annoying is they made it needlessly tedious. I'll explain why in a second. Another cutscene is about to start.
Guardian, help Osiris reach the veil before Callus does. And please, stay close to him. He doesn't have any life to spare.
Kind of pleased with how those cape physics went. It could have been worse, much worse. Speaking of things they fixed, one of them, they finally fixed the Warlock gauntlets. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned that or made a post about it, but there was a glitch with my favorite Warlock gauntlets that caused a very, very obnoxious bug visually, to where you literally could not see depending on how you turned. They thankfully fixed it. Another thing they fixed was the Cabal drop pods, you know, the ones that, like, if I'm standing right here.
I'm checking our location. We've hitched a ride to the Outer Giants, Neptune orbit. Osiris was right. The Witness sent Callus after something hidden here.
Guardian. I did not anticipate a fellow stowaway. Callus is after an artifact on Neptune, the Veil. I'm working on a plan to stop him. For now, find your way through that ship.
As I was saying, if you stand in like any random spot where there's Cabal falling down, there's like a, what, 70-80% chance you're going to get smashed. Well, thankfully, it only took them this long to think about it, because I even thought about it. I'm not sure if I ever said it, but it really should have some kind of warning, because whenever anything spawns, there's always a warning. When the Hive do it, when the Vex do it, the Cabal are the only ones who didn't. And they did exactly what I suggested. Just put down a little AoE marker so people will see it. Now, you'll still get hit occasionally because it'll be right on top of you. So unless you're looking down like this, you won't even know it. But at least from a distance, you don't have to worry about like this and then getting crushed. You'll actually see the red border and know not to walk into it. Oh yeah. Oh no, I just lost my train of thought. Oh well, no big deal.
pyramid resonance is shielding the Cabal. Another weapon from the Witness.
Yeah, there's that rocket.
My faithful Shadow Legion, this is your glorious Emperor speaking. Our alliance with the Witness bears such delectable fruits. Together, we will devour soul.
Stay vigilant. With the Witness's backing, they could throw anything at us.
Forward! Prepare for descent! Bring glory to the Herald of the Witness!
The Shadow Legion is one step ahead of us. Any damage we can inflict on the Cabal fleet will buy us time.
We should regroup as soon as possible. But maybe we can disable the ship's computer core.
I've located the terminal here and sent you their ship layouts.
Just received it. Locating now. Got it. We're not far from the core.
Alright, so two things I wanted to mention before
We
I
need a way in there.
risk forgetting. They won't shut up. One is, I hope the keep away thing on the side of the screen there doesn't annoy you all. If I could, I would move it. But thankfully it's small enough to where it shouldn't annoy you. Because I honestly forget it's there sometimes, so hopefully it's not too big of a deal. The second one is, I don't know whose brilliant idea it was, whether Callus or the Witness. Probably the Witness, given the tech. But see, now that was a good time for the missile to actually do its job. It actually targeted it. Sometimes it would just go straight up into nothing. But yeah, why would you put one of those on your... I mean, I guess they do work better than the hive moths. I just think it's interesting how it doesn't actually do its main task until after the bearer of it is dead.
That Cabal had a keycard. It should get us through that door.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time I was playing my hunter, but I found my new love for knives, and that's the proximity knife, because I didn't know that it has the exact same properties. Well, not the exact same. I mean more like if I could ricochet off his jetpack and it still killed him. That's funny. But it has the same refund property as the... Actually, I guess it's technically... No, it's the same. I'm thinking of the old weighted knife where it had to be a precision hit. So yeah, it's the exact same where as long as you get a kill with it, you get it back immediately. I like that a lot because the explosion more or less does the same amount as far as PvE is concerned. Don't you crucify me, you people who live in PvP. But as far as PvE is concerned, it does pretty much the same damage as a weighted knife. It kills the small fries, which is what I want it to do.
I feel like we should have stayed behind to protect the Traveler and our people. Was it the right choice to follow Osiris?
If the Witness establishes a link with the Veil, it'll be over for the entire system. All of our losses would have been for naught. We've never faced a threat of this magnitude. Even if you stayed, you wouldn't have stood a chance against the Witness. None of us would. This is our only hope to survive the Witness.
As I was saying, I like it more than the weighted throwing knife because it comes out faster, and as I just demonstrated, you can use it as an actual proximity mine as well as an actual throwing knife, and the damage is very good. So I like it a lot. How it does in PvP, don't know. Haven't tried it. Won't try it for a while because well, it's PvP and I don't really care. The little interest I did have died when they changed how Iron Banner worked. But I do like the ghosts you get from...
The fruits of an unholy alliance between the Witness and Callus. I feel they'll have more surprises in store.
But I do like the ghost you get from Trials of Osiris, so I really am debating on doing that just for the ghost. I've been meaning to do it since Season of the Haunted, but who cares? Long story short, I didn't, but I want to. And with this hand cannon, I feel much more confident, because I was confident with Loud Lullaby and Iron Banner. So with this, I think I can do pretty good in PvP, or Trials of Osiris, depending on how sweaty people get. Oh, and keep in mind, I don't have 3 targeting mods on. If I do, I might do that later. Or you guys could just take my word for it. But the precision hits are like insane. That's why I said I really wish it was a common thing that you can wear triple targeting mods.
This keycard lets us access the computer core. Let's head there now.
Oh, and I know you can. I meant triple targeting mods while still wearing something like level 4 intelligence, like I think is what my helmet has on. Because we got all kind of stupid stuff in this game, so I would like to think of anything that shouldn't be as heavily restricted. Almost bit my tongue there. It should be the mods. Because Destiny has a history of making broken things, and out of all of them, it's rarely ever mod related. It's usually the guns. Like Fellwinter's Lie, or the Mountaintop, or the new hotness, the Immortal Adept. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, I was just running around. So yeah, I really wish the mods were a bit more lenient compared to all the other broken things that Destiny allows. Ha. Someone's still burning. Like master, like servant.
I'm relaying my position to you. Make your way to this ship.
We need some way to get to the surface.
I believe I have a method to accomplish that.
Did I detect a bit of hesitation in your voice?
No. My impromptu stratagems have a high rate of success. Just get here quickly.
Yeah, Osiris. People have a lot of complaints about him, and at first I didn't really see it. And truth be told, I still kinda don't, but I do know where they're coming from. He's like super grumpy. But given everything that's happened, it's a bit forgivable. It's not complete character assassination.
Callus's flagship.
Unlike a certain somebody's.
Oh, is that you, my tenacious guardian? What do you think of my shadow legion? Revel in these hollow victories. I want you in the best of spirits when we meet in the arena.
I thought he was talking smack there originally, but boy did I have egg on my face. Oh yeah, and I recently discovered my love for the Leviathan bow after being spoiled by Galahorn. Feels really good to use this thing, and you probably already saw I do have the catalyst for it. That was a bad throw. No, it was decent. Dang, he got messed up. So yeah, if you needed more reason to like the Leviathan bow, there you go. His entire everything just got ruined. Wonder if it's that dramatic in PvP.
We have to get to Osiris quick.
Probably not, because it's not
He's
meta.
used to getting things done his own way. Seems like he hasn't changed, even after... Now he only has us to watch his back. Hopefully he hasn't gone off the deep end.
Okay, here's the plan. Destroy the engine. Crazy or not, we need to stop this invasion. I'll do whatever it takes to stop the witness. So if you aren't going to help me, then leave me alone.
Yeah, someone pointed that out as an example, but again, I'm fine with that because Osiris kind of just said it himself. He left the sanctuary of, I assume, the Helm to, you know, come here essentially alone. He didn't bring it up to anybody. The other Guardians who have ghosts and whatever Elizabeth has. It actually looks like something from Neo Muna. If you don't know what that is, you'll see in a second. Well, not a second, but you know what I mean. But yeah, with that line with Osiris, I personally don't feel that as being like out of character at all. If anything, I think Osiris is just trying to prove he even says it later, basically, that he doesn't want to be relegated to just the grumpy old man that needs babysitting. He wants to prove himself because he doesn't have a ghost anymore. But that brings up an interesting topic that I want to get into later when the new power is introduced, because something happens, and unless it's in a logbook somewhere, a little lore book, no one mentions it, and it should be a very big deal, but no one mentions it. So I'm eager to share my thoughts on that.
Let's take out the engine.
Yeah, just sit on it like it's an egg. It almost came off and hit me. Did you see that? It's a good thing your own ricochet bullets can't hurt you. Bad enough your Guardian stubs their toe if they jump off something like 5 feet tall. Let alone your own. I think it ricocheted off like 2 things before it came back and nearly hit me. Also, something I noticed about when you have like really high target acquisition, maybe it's just me, because this gun has kind of spoiled me to where I can fire pretty fast and still be pretty accurate, but especially on things like the Vex, it really sucks when you fight like goblins and hobgoblins and minotaurs, because it's like your gun wants to generate to the center of mass, which is their chest essentially, but all the targeting wants to hit the precision point, but it's surrounded by their chest, so more often than not you'll just hit the chest, even though you can swear you're aiming right at precision point. Oh, you did a flip. Nice, that's a good example of the rocket doing its job.
Blown up the engines. Ship's losing altitude.
Rendezvous at the escape pods. Post haste.
Just between us, I'm not a big fan of Osiris's escape pod plan. Even for him, this is pretty touch and go.
Yeah, I'll give Ghost that one. It is pretty dramatic. But desperate times and desperate measures and all that. Also, bear with me. You guys know my sense of direction is terrible. Also, it doesn't help, but I think Ghost doing his Wayfinder thing is actually worse in Legendary. Because I find myself getting
Where are you?
really lost
We're being sealed off. Have to find another way.
for Legendary. Like, it gets really bad. I almost wish I was recording it, almost, but for those who actually did it, hopefully you know what I'm talking about, where you can bring up your Ghost like this, and it won't show you where to go. Now, right now it's obvious, and then it did it anyway, but there are times where it just will not pop up, and you just have to figure that crap out. Decent point. That's another reason I like the Leviathan's bow. Has a almighty push effect when it's fully charged. See if I can do it again. Yeah, kinda. Nah, they're not worth it. Oh, but you are though. See how much damage this is. Yeah. I'm so used to having Strand, I'm trying to break the habit. Can't wait to have that power back. Appreciate it. No, denied. I was trying to get him on the ground, but he wanted to be all jump happy. Alright. pathetic last line of resistance, I guess.
Hurry up.
Are those things safe?
Can't be done.
You know, we actually get to ride in one of these things, and it's... I guess it's kind of neat. It'd be cool if I could actually, like, see the terminal descent, but oh well.
Here goes nothing.
These things have to have, like, amazing shock absorption, too, because they hit the ground fast and hard, and you think it'd destroy your back. Because I think we're going backwards, too, aren't we? So, that's kind of amazing. But again, couldn't see it, so use your imagination.
This is Neptune? There's a whole city here. An entire civilization. I've got a ping on Osiris's coordinates. Let's find him.
You on the road. Identify yourself. Are you with the invaders?
We're Guardians from the last city.
Light bearers.
We're fighting the same enemy. We're here to find something called the Veil.
Nimbus and I are a little pinned down right now. We'll be there soon. Stay frosty, Darren.
Didn't see a red indicator there, but I assume I just missed it. Maybe they assumed I wouldn't get there fast enough. Yeah, that's kind of neat. For some reason, kill clip works on those, I'm not even sure what to call them, slabs. And it also works on vehicles like pikes. Not even tanks, where you can assume a Cabal is at least inside it, but no. Just random, unmanned pikes can activate kill clip. Speaking of Neptune, you know, the water planet, I'm really disappointed that this area has no rain at all. It's not like Venus, and it's not like Titan, RIP. Two of the best planets in the whole game, both happen to have rain, and never to be seen again. But man, what a waste, dude, especially when we get to the, like, the main part of the city with all the neon and the lights. Tell me that wouldn't look good in the rain. But no, we got fires and brimstone instead. Oh, and fallen witness ships. Can't forget those. What would this beautiful city be without those?
Where are these ugly things coming from? There's no end to them.
We always thought we were the last ones left. Wait until the Vanguard hears about this. No time for that now. If we don't stop the Shadow Legion, there won't be any city left.
Guardian, I'm up here. I think the Cabal know I'm here.
Yeah, so, yeah, tell me that wouldn't look good in the rain. And I know, I'm being a little petty. Just a little bit. Because I know, it's a war zone. Of course there's gonna be, like, fire and wreckage and all that.
Hello? What's going on out there?
But you know what else is good for a war zone? Dramatic rain.
Osiris, I'm detecting an anomaly on my sensors. We'll check it out while the coast is clear.
Understood. Patiently note that it is quite confined in here.
Oh, that's right. I think he's still stuck in his ship. Little drop pod. So, here's a little taste of Strand. It is... I'm debating on making it my favorite power. It's probably the only one I would put above Gunslinger. Just because its super is
This is
amazing,
incredible. You can wield it.
and the grenade is. Though the grenade is not... Let me actually get back here if I get hit. Because I'm not seeing any of the drop ships, drop pods. And yeah, I don't know if they're doing it here right now, but in the actual open world, they do have the red indicator. Their melee is very weird. I kind of wish it did more damage. In addition to the weird scorpion get over here rope throw thing it does. I'm gonna stand on top of something because I just feel I'm gonna get crushed. Oh yeah. So my favorite thing that the hunter can do is, well, they all can do it, but the hunter's is special for several reasons. Also, fun fact, the very first time I did that, I ended up falling into that chasm because I didn't know it was there, so that was fun. And one of the YouTubers I was watching, he was actually somewhat griping that the other subclasses Strand isn't as good as Hunters. I beg to differ because he seemed to make his entire point based solely on the fact that Hunters have a good super and they have, I keep calling them tethers, but tangled ropes. I still might just call them tethers because that's essentially what they do, tether swings. But it seemed like that was the main crux of his argument, was because Hunters have two of them and their super is objectively good, that automatically means they're the best class with Strand. I don't fully subscribe to that idea. I think all of them are viable because a class is not justified by any one or two things. It's by how it all flows together and what you can do with it. And by that logic, I would say Warlock can be especially dangerous given what they can do with Threadlings. Titans probably, unfortunately, got the worst of it. But I wouldn't say that Hunters is the best. It depends on what you're there for. Because Titan Woven Mail makes them tanky, as it is meant to, being Titans and all. Warlocks being... I know. Warlocks being the most magical, for lack of better terms, of all the classes. It makes sense that they have essentially little spider summons they can be using. Oh, right. Speaking of supers, I better use it before it's over. So yeah, Silk Strike is, come here you, amazing. Very fun animation. Also, this happens. You still have the rope when you do various things, so that's kind of neat. Get out of here. There's also a cool trick you can do with this. I'm going to show you right quick. You can throw it, tether to it. Now, how's that not cool, man? So, getting back on my main track before I completely forget, I like that Hunters have two. I don't have it right now, obviously. I like how Hunters have two tethers they can work with, because I've been complaining about it literally forever. Hunters are the mobility class. We should be the fastest.
Your body can't handle this much power. Your vital signs are in the red.
So it makes sense that we would have two of the mobility options. If you complain about that, then me and you just gonna have to fight then, because it's right. It should be that way. Also, I feel like my Hunter is faster than last time I played her, way back a few months ago. I don't know if they finally gave them a soft buff to mobility or what, but she genuinely feels naturally faster. So again, great.
fast.
We don't like to waste time.
Oh, good. There isn't a moment to lose.
We regroup at the watchtower.
You don't understand. We've got to get to the Veil.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. All better than you. Not all of us have lives to spare.
Oof. Now tell me that wouldn't look good in the rain. I challenge you to tell me that it would not look good, and mean it. That's the last time I complain about it. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I kind of like how when Osiris jumped out of the pod, he had his dukes up like he was ready to do something. That was a nice little moment. Speaking of moments.
At last. My semblance matches my inner beauty. And what beauty! Delicious power. I should be grateful that such power has come to live in me. This calls for a toast, does it not? My witness. Progress. The veil is before us. Yet still outside your grasp. My forces are locating as we speak. The Neptunians won't pose much of a threat with their tawdry technology.
The final shape awaits. The veil is but the next step. You have all you wanted, Emperor.
I am glorious. Thanks to you, my witness. Find the veil so I can move on from this drudgery.
Gotta say, man, only a thick boy like Callus can make that golden throne look comfortable. There is no cushion at all. It's just solid metal, flat. That looks painful to sit on, for me at least. Another thing is, he mentioned the, well, they haven't said their official title yet, but the cybernetic soldiers, I guess I'll call them that for now. I have a slight complaint about them, because it feels like it's something that's forced, that doesn't have to be.
But time was, they never saw me coming either.
Yeah, he was talking about my hunter.
Ready to take on some baddies?
I know a lot of people have problems with Nimbus. I personally don't mind them, because they say Nimbus cracks jokes a lot, which is true, but after a certain point it becomes not as in your face and pretty mellowed out. I think Nimbus actually turns out okay. So if you want to read that, you know, you're gonna watch this in the past, if at all, so pause it, read it.
So, you're the Lightbearer. Huh. Look, I'm not gonna claim my mind's eye is anything special. But you hear Earth's immortal warlords growing up and you think like round shields and bushy eyebrows. And here you come, stepping around smacking bad guys with green stringy stuff. I mean, that was... I've never seen anything like it. Anyways, enough about you. I'm Nimbus. I'm the rookie Cloud Strider here in Neomuna. The Cloud Striders have kept this city safe for generations. Sans Guardians. But seems like we got lots of similar goals. Or at least, similar enemies. Rohan asked me to be your guiding light for the time being. I'd do pretty much anything to keep the Vale and the people of Neomuna safe. But when I took my oath, I didn't think I'd be babysitting. Well, then again, mind's eye, not great. Now, you know the Vale's in danger. I know where those big guys are headed. So let's go do some hero stuff.
So there's a good example right there. I'll try to do it whenever I can. Nimbus had a really good line with the enough about you, blah 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 blah. Normally it's enough about me, let me hear about you. So that was a nice little sassy line there. So not all of them are bad, not all of them. So again, if you want to read that as fast as you can. And yes, they're called Cloud Striders, and while their technology allows them to fight the good fight, it does come with a cost, which we will get into later. But as I just said, I feel the cost is unnecessary. It really feels like it's there just for dramatic effect. Oh yeah, let me go and do this so I don't forget, because for some reason it doesn't bother to update it itself or track itself. And yeah, you can actually bring your Sparrow through here, thank goodness, because a bit of a trek walking to and fro. No, I thought for sure that was going to take my head off. Good thing she's a little short.
My vision was true. Even after years of speculation, no one guessed the Ishtar Collective made it here. Let alone build a city we couldn't find. As for Callus, his grip on the city remains strong. But it appears these Cloud Striders are keeping him at bay. For the time being, at least. His pursuit of this object, the Veil, is of dire importance. If he gets to it first, urgency is key, Guardian. We cannot fail.
Alright, before we talk to Rohan, I'm gonna go in, because it's not too big of a deal right now. I'm not really playing with anyone, and as long as I'm not being stupid, I won't need the orbs to heal myself. So I'll go ahead and put on strand targeting, just to show you how big of a difference having 3 makes. And of course I'll actually try to aim too, but I'm telling you, it gets really wonky on the Vex. Oh, in case you were wondering, this is what my sidearm has. I heard sidearms at one point were really broken, and they nerfed them again, which is a bit unfortunate, because the thing I loved about sidearms is how, for me at least, I use them to shut down shotgunners or fusion rifle people. Or say for example, if I'm in close quarters, it would be a very bad idea to be using my 120, so I'd switch to my sidearm. I like that, but because people gotta be people, they essentially made sidearms the new shotguns, and then that got nerfed. So thank you, PvP, thank you for that.
You Earthlings know how to make an entrance, don't you? I'm Rohan, Cloud Strider, protector of the city of Neomuna. Welcome to Neptune, Lightbearer. Never thought I'd say that. I always figured if Lightbearers came here, I'd be fighting them off. Lucky for both of us, we're on the same side. In any case, I hope we can find common ground. Or at least common enemies.
With Neomuna Civil News, I'm Jisoo Colorado. Accounts across the city indicate the conflict between the Earth Warlords and the invading Cabal Empire has advanced to our fair city. The Vex have taken advantage of the chaos to encroach on the Western Front, transforming our plazas into an active war zone. All citizens are promoted to active defense duties, effective immediately. Repeat, all citizens are promoted to active defense duties. Stay tuned to Neomuna Civil News for updates.
Yeah, Neomuna and its culture is actually extremely interesting. I like what they did with the lore of it, at least. What was I about to say though? Oh yes, and as the newscaster there just called us warlords, and that just goes to show you how outdated they see us, or their knowledge on us is, to the point where Nimbus describes us as Neanderthalic troglodytes. But yeah, the fact they still call us warlords and not I mean, it's fair they wouldn't know us as Guardians, but it should still say something that they would refer to us as Warlords and not the Risen. If they had called us the Risen, I think that would have been actually kind of cool. It would have been a neat callback for those who know about that. Also, excuse me one moment. I had to grab my water there. My throat's starting to quit on me. But don't worry, I fully plan to finish.
Osiris. We need to get to the Veil before Callus and his Shadow Legion. Let's get in the city. I'll open a radio channel with Nimbus.
New data's coming in. Want to take a look?
As I was saying, I will definitely finish this campaign in one day. Because I personally do like it, and I definitely see where it falls short. I'm not gonna... That's the thing I try to do. Is when I criticize something, I try to be as unbiased as I can, because emotion, as it is wont to do, by nature, is irrational. You will make mistakes if you judge something's quality based off emotion. So I try to do it logically. Logically, the DLC itself...
Impressive.
That's Neomuna for you. You should see it in the Cloud Arc.
Cloud Arc?
It's where all of Neomuna's citizens live virtually. I keep the city and their slumbering bodies safe.
We shouldn't get distracted. Securing the Veil before Callus is the most important task. Do not delay.
I'm walking on purpose so I have more time to talk. As I was saying, the DLC itself is actually just fine. It's not as bad as everyone says. I despise the price, as I will say forever. I feel the DLC for Destiny has always been overpriced, and I really wish they would change it.
That's the least of our concerns right now. Push forward, Guardian.
Well, tiny problem on top of that. Seems like the Shadow Legion put up a couple of barriers between you and your goal. I managed to ping a keycard using the city's tech that might work with the barrier. I'll keep looking around for more, but you can start there.
Yeah, so this is a good example to bring this up, as I was about to anyway before I got interrupted. The DLC is actually just fine. The weapons that came out with it are great. The cinematics are especially great. The new location is great. The power is amazing. The only real flaw I see is the story, and I don't think it's fair to say the entire DLC is bad, because one thing is bad, but the other four are at least passable, you know? So I say the DLC is just fine. The only, well, two complaints. One, is too expensive, and two is the story. So 2 out of 6, 2 out of 5, whatever. But yeah, man, just look at this. This is amazing. Fun thing you can do with that too, by the way. I'll show you all once I have Strand, or I'll try to remember to show you. I guess I should speed it up just a little bit. See, I was thinking I had Strand there. I was expecting the rope dart. Okay, that was actually good. If I didn't have 3 targeting on, I guarantee you that would have been a body shot. Man, I'm gonna miss this. I wish they would just make the natural cost for the elemental targeting and stuff. Look at this. Gone. For the elemental targeting stuff to be just naturally 1. Because you have to dedicate an entire build to it. It's not the same as kinetic, which does good with everything. Nice. See what I mean? That's the power of 3 targeting. I say while somehow shooting that Cabal in the shoulder before nailing that one right between the eyes. See? There. Now, that one was my fault. My crosshairs weren't quite on him. The thing about this one is, I love this gun, I really do. I just wish that the red dot was bigger, because the 2 things on the side demand your attention so much, it actually throws off my aim sometimes. Because, like, I see them before I see the red dot, so it takes me like an extra second to actually line up my shot, depending on if I have time to do that. Otherwise, I'll just... Yeah, I'm gonna stay back here because I hear more of them dropping. I don't want to get crushed like those vets did. Oh, no you don't. Little dastard. Keep in mind, I'm playing on the casual difficulty. Just imagine how aggressive they are in Legendary. And they are aggressive. Like, you just saw it right there. The dude had a sniper rifle. And is going to try and get point blank and shoot me with it. This hunter seems to be really fond of kicks. She has yet to use one of the gun-oriented finishers I gave her. Not that I mind that. My favorite Resident Evil protagonist also happens to like kicking people. Oh, I should also...
How many more do we need for this?
I'm tracking down the last few as we speak, and... Actually, it looks like they're on their way to you, Lightbearer.
I don't remember the order I did this in, so I'll just... cut a swathe through them as I go. And hopefully not get crushed. But yeah, I should go ahead and mention that I was debating for a while if I should get Resident Evil 4 or this DLC. And well, you saw what I chose. I don't regret it at all. But the next thing was, should I play Resident Evil 4 first and then stream my playthrough of it? Or should I just go in there blind and stream that? I honestly don't know. Because part of me wants to at least try to deliver quality content. See, there was a red one right there. Wants to at least try... Oh, I see what happened. I took too long to pick it up. Part of me at least wants to try to deliver quality content, so I would need to practice. Like, there's actually something from Resident Evil 2 I've been meaning to upload for like 4 years, but I keep forgetting to do it because I have to redownload Resident Evil 2 Remake again. Because Destiny's fat butt keeps growing every update, so I can make more and more room for other things. Meaning, things typically have to get deleted. I said more and more room for other things, I meant for Destiny, but you get what I'm saying. I have to delete stuff to make room, because Destiny just keeps getting too fat. But yeah, I would say, hey guys, I got a poll here I want to put out. Should I do Resident Evil 4 blind, or should I practice first then stream it? I'm all but certain people are going to say go blind, but I'm not going to bother to do that anyway because no one watches me, so why would they? Why would I put up a poll that no one is going to vote on? But I'm definitely going to get the game. It's not... Thankfully, they didn't make Leon look like Chris Redfield 2.0, where he's unnaturally... Well, not unnaturally. Chris actually has a reason for being as big as he was. For some reason, people seem to think Chris got that big in like a week when he was doing training for that for years. Like, the only really ridiculous thing about his build is that he can punch boulders. But beyond that, his build is actually reasonable. Contrary to what people want you to believe, you can get that fit through exercise and training and eating well. I know, shocker. Stay tuned, I'll blow your mind even more. But as I was saying, they didn't make Leon look like ridiculously big, because when I saw him in like before the game was out, before the demos and all that stuff, he was a bit too muscular, and he might actually still be, because I've only seen him with the coat. And his coat is not as cool as the one in Resident Evil 4, which is disheartening, but everyone is a bit uglier now. Leon just barely dodged the bullet, thank God. But everyone looks kind of worse, so I can't be all that surprised that his jacket obviously looks worse too.
The Shadow really did a number on this data. So much of it is corrupted.
That's different than the Vex corruption attempts I'm used to. Let's find ourselves a workaround.
So long as we don't waste any more time.
I kind of felt that would happen. I didn't jump high enough. That was a bit distracting. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get Resident Evil 4. I have the money to get it. I just need to go and physically buy it, or put the money on my credit card and buy it digitally. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. Let me take care of you. So I feel like you're going to try to mess my day up. Hey, there we go. I'm glad she used that one. That's my... That first shot was from the hip. Told you, man. That triple targeting is something else. And what were you shooting at? Oh, I see. I know I don't have to kill all of them, but I'd rather get them out of the way now before they decide to join the crowd. I guess it's possible they might have disappeared too, because they're not part of what's about to happen. But still, you can never be too careful with flankers.
Seems like your little friend drew some unwanted attention.
The Shadow Agent's pyramid tech is more complex than I thought. Keep them off of me while I override this.
Also, I'm going to have to play a bit slower. I don't want my hands to start hurting. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2, Dragon Ball, Xenoverse 2, and a lot of 2s. Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis. So, just trying to go easy. Not give myself any hand cramps. You know what that's like, right? When you're writing an entire essay by hand, but you're kind of going fast and hard because you want it to be done as soon as possible. You want to be done as soon as possible. So you end up cramping your hand. Remember what I said about flankers? I'm about to say, that better not have gotten rid of my heavy ammo. Kind of wanted that. Oh man, what was I saying? I got distracted. I saw you that time. As soon as I saw that thing on my radar, I knew immediately. It's kind of a cool thing about Keep Away too. It kind of warns you when things get too close, if you're looking for that. But see, like if I'm aiming down here and all of a sudden Keep Away disappears, that means I need to move right now. Oh, speaking of which. Oosh. I love that little push. I think the push itself isn't even void. I think it's literally just a force. Kind of like this new perk. I can't remember what it's called. It's like kinetic tremors. I think that's it. That sounds right. Kinetic tremors. Where, I mean, it's kinetic, so it really doesn't have a choice, but it doesn't have an element. It's literally just damage. I think that's what Leviathan Psi does. Dang, Ghost. Trying to jump scare me. I think that's what Leviathan Psi does. By the way, this is Leviathan's breath. The Leviathan Psi is the Shinra Tensei that comes out. Oh yeah, come on, come say hi. Yeah. Resident Evil 4 kit. That one just teleported in. Did you see that? That one literally just materialized. I was watching and I saw it in the corner of my eye.
Got it.
It's no big deal. It's a complex system.
I'm fine. I just feel a little off.
I'd be lucky if the witness doesn't have the veil in its possession already.
Are you always this much fun?
Fun is not my concern right now.
With the amount of power the veil has, I think it can hold its own a little longer.
Yeah, see, things like that, I can see why people are annoyed with Osiris, because...
You're a hop, skip, and a couple rooftops away from the veil, Lightbearer.
Because...
The closer we get, the more I feel strange.
I know, Ghost, I know. Because, now they're making me lose my train of thought. Oh, right, Osiris. I can see why people are a little annoyed with him, because he's so short. Thankfully, he does apologize for it. Kind of, you know, slight spoiler there. He does apologize. But I can see why it does annoy people. Speaking of spoilers, oh man, do I have one for Destiny 2. But
something is wrong. I feel drained. Some of our powers are gone. What is this device?
It appears to be some sort of paracausal disruptor.
let me move.
I shall research it more to find the weakness. But
So I
for
remember
now,
they're gonna
carry on.
yeah, drop from up there. To give you just a light thing of what happened, in the off chance I forget, I'll tell you a little bit. Basically, what I thought I was clicking on was another review of the Lightfall campaign. Like, oh, it's bad because blah 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 blah, because that's all everyone's ever saying now. Nothing really spoiler heavy, just why they don't like it. But this one video I clicked on that sounded like it'd be a review just straight up dropped a spoiler. Like, he just let it rip, man.
For now, let's take this guy down the old-fashioned way.
And that really sucks too, because it's a major spoiler. It's not like you know, the weapons that are in the game, or quote unquote what the best strand ability or class is. You know, it's not like that. It's literally, this is a major character death, and the way they said it was essentially, Lightfall is bad, yada yada yada, so and so dies, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, the frick? How could you just drop that so casually? I'm not gonna say I'm anti-spoiler because I don't like labels like that, because you can say, yeah, I'm anti-spoiler, and then you end up being in like some kind of degenerate crowd because that's all they are, and by saying that you are associating with them. I don't know. I'll just say this. It is not hard to say, hey, spoiler warning for etc. So if you don't want to know about it, skip to here. Or there is a major character death that I'm going to spoil for you all. If you don't want to know that, click off the video right now. Not just, oh, by the way, so-and-so dies. That's so annoying. So when it actually happened, there was no impact for me because I knew it was going to happen. Ah, man. Consider it, man. Just be considerate. When did that die? You know? People stop caring about one another. When did that die? To where a spoiler warning is apparently too much. I'm sorry, I didn't know your family was killed by people who wanted to avoid spoilers. I didn't know spoiler warnings are what ended your family. That's why you despise them so much. My bad. I'm sorry for not being considerate.
That's a lot of Shadow Legion.
We can leave anytime now. And yeah, this is actually happening. I can't do anything. I just have to wait. Oh yeah, and people complain about backtracking in like Final Fantasy 14 specifically. My dude, have you played Destiny 2?
We're too late. They've got the veil.
Guardian, I don't... This doesn't feel right.
The veil?
It's worse than before. Much worse.
My witness.
Progress.
We have captured the veil. Well, the area around the veil. It is entombed, so it will take some time to break through and link the relay. Add to that the enemy presence.
Yes. We know they are here. A few of Soul's protectors cannot prevent fate. You will link the radio mast and see the veil destroyed. The final shape rests upon it.
Indeed, my witness.
That was familiar. Only much stronger this time. I feel sick. Like I shouldn't be here.
We're in this together. Osiris and Nimbus need to hear about this.
Aw, Ghost is trembling. I didn't notice that last time. let me go and say this before I forget. My first Lost Sector I did in Neomuna was literally an arcade, so that was awesome. Again, the map, like I said, the only complaints I really have is the price and the story. I do agree the story could use some fleshing out in some areas. But besides that, no, I would not say the DLC is bad. It's just fine. It's not great. It's not even good. It's just fine. What else was I about to say? Oh, right. I do like the Witness. I just don't like how they look, as I explained last time. I'm going to do this, by the way, because I want some Strand medallions. Actually, what are they at? Are they at 1 or 2? It depends on how much time I want to commit to this.
A few good shots in the Legion's full operation.
Ah, they're at 1. That's too bad.
You know, say what you will about Nezarek, but he was way better
let's
at
see.
this
What are we doing now?
cyber warfare shtick.
Go see Nimbus. Alright. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Let's see. Who wants to die? You? Guess I'll help out a little bit. Free EXP and all, though I don't really need it. I have essentially max level. But I don't appreciate being tagged like that, so. Oh. They're still trying. Their grenades are also really stupid. They're not as bad as the Acolyte's grenades. I think that's probably been nerfed, or maybe it's just been a long time since I've fought any. But the Acolytes had the worst grenades in the game, because no matter where you were, no matter what the angle, if they decided to throw one, it would land by you. The Cabal seemed to have inherited that as well. But yeah, as I was saying, they humanized the Witness by giving him a face. I wouldn't have done that. And the literal smokestack coming out of his head looks both cool and silly at the same time. Like, I think it would look better if it was on like a poster or something, similar to how when you're picking the campaigns and it shows like some kind of dynamic image. You know what I'm talking about? Like with the Witch Queen campaign on the casual difficulty as Savathun ominously in the background. Something like that. I think the smokestack would look cool, but in actual here, nah. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. It just doesn't look good.
Oh, I wish the Thrillodrome was still running. I bet you'd love it.
Yeah.
So, the Veil's safe, for now. I don't have an Earth Warlord translation for this, so stick with me. If Callus uses whatever that radial thingy is and somehow destroys the Veil, well, it's tied directly to our Cloud Arc and literally all Neomuni. I don't think you need a Warlord translation for why that's bad. From the sound of it, your buddy there, Osiris, wants to go in guns a-blazing, which, hey, I fully support. But the old man, the other old man, my old man, not literally, but, you know. Between you and me, he isn't sure it's the right call, but don't worry though. I reminded him you Guardians are the experts here. You've been dealing with this whole Witness thing a lot longer than we have. It's okay if we lean back and try a little Trustfall. Well, if you drop us, it might be my funeral, but whatever, it'll be fun.
Yeah, see that last line right there? If didn't add that, no, it'll be fun line. I think Nimbus would have been, that line would have been a bit better for him. But alas, because the trust fall, if you don't catch us, then we die. That's actually funny in the sense that we're not Guardians, so it's a big deal if you get us killed. It was a good line, but like I said, they're trying too hard to be funny, so it doesn't work. Let's see. Maybe later. No. Yeah, we'll do that.
You got it.
And we'll do that. But let me get back to the Witness before I completely forget. As I was saying, it's kind of funny because, let me say this first, otherwise I'll forget again. I like the Witness, the powers that it has, and the fact that it literally did that just to troll with us. Because there was no reason at all for it to share that conversation with us. It did it because it could. That's a power move. I respect it. But everything else about it is just kind of hit or miss. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Alright, now let's see. I think the legendary one... No, I know for a fact the legendary one is more action looking. But look at this! This is sick. This is good. Now see if the witness like back here with the smokestack and all the faces of like dead people or something. That would look awesome. But like I said, an actual game model, I don't know. The armor looked great though. I still say they should have left the witness faceless, like with a mask or something, and no smokestack. The weird motions that it has and the way it moves and how it's always calm. Remember I said that is going to come up later. Makes the witness already intimidating enough. But they didn't have me there to stop them. What can I say? It's unfortunate, but life be that way sometimes. Sometimes you gotta have that person there that says, no, this is a bad idea.
Lightbearer, you have a dangerous mission ahead of you. Storming Callus's stronghold won't be easy. Normally I'd have more intel before a direct attack.
The Guardian has faced the unknown and prevailed every time. They are equal to the task. The radio mast is somewhere in Callus's ship. If you strike swiftly, we can remove it as a threat before it ever reaches the Veil. Enter Callus's fortress, find the radio mast, and destroy it.
But yeah, as I was saying, sometimes you need to have that guy there that says, no, this is a bad idea. We're a bit of a dying breed, unfortunately, as I'm sure movies, video games, and TV shows have shown you already. But still, I'm going to do my best to keep the lineage alive, don't you worry. Yeah, I knew that would land. Oh, yeah, see, I was about to keep running. I would have been fine, I think, but I was about to just keep running. If that was not there, I almost certainly would have been killed. Unfairly, just because there would have been no line, there would have been no warning. So, oh, you lucky. It ended up getting someone else, but I'm not getting the refund because they didn't die from it. But yeah, that just makes me glad they... Oh, come here, you. I'm not going to leave you half euthanized. There we go. Seriously, I hate those things. Normally I am a dog lover, but not a war beast lover. Get out of here. I guess he jumped over me or something. I didn't even see that one. I think it's fine now. And there's the other one.
Because
actually, there's one more.
Callus is smart. He'll have his most powerful forces guarding the radio mast.
Some kind of energy lock. Disrupting the circuit should open the door.
I'm not playing as good as I should because
something strange here too. A powerful concentration of light energy?
Something's not right here.
Wait. A source of paracausal energy. It could be the radio mast.
Because I am rushing a little bit because I want to get my strand power back as well as help a friend with the campaigns while I have strand.
Have the corridor locked down tight. Even if we could fight through, they'd have enough time to secure the radio mast.
Must be more than one path to the radial mast. Stand by. I'll send you all the sensor scans we have.
Funny enough, I think you can sneak by those things because when I was doing this on Legendary, I thought if I woke them up, it would be a Royal Hound kind of situation. For those who don't know what I'm talking about.
Darkness energy. What is it doing here?
Yeah, if you know what that is, then you know what I'm talking about. So I did try to sneak by them, But then I realized it looks like they're not getting up at all, so I just went ahead and shot them, and nothing significant happened. Yeah, there's fun. Nothing like a jack-in-the-box that has a turret inside. Oh boy, here we go. Something else I noticed about the Cabal, now that I've gotten to fight them to such an extent, the phalanxes, oh man, that might be the Thresher ships. Oh my goodness, do I have a thing to say about the Threshers. But yeah, the phalanxes can be really annoying. I don't know if it's like difficulty oriented. I'm gonna say it is, because they don't seem to be doing it right now, but they almost always do it in the open world, especially on like legendary. But if you shoot their shield and you pop it, they will just immediately reactivate it again, so you essentially wasted your ammo for nothing.
Looks like a dead end. Hang on, I'll reroute us.
Or maybe not for nothing, maybe it's
You're
like
losing valuable time.
they can only do it
This
once.
is exactly what I was concerned about.
You see what I mean? Like, there was no reason for Osiris to chip in there. Like, we already know he's impatient. That doesn't do anything but sour our thoughts on Osiris. So, it was an unnecessary line, in my opinion. Now, when things start to hit the fan, he's more than welcome to speak up, but that has not happened yet. I see what you're trying to do. Nice try, doggo. Man, I cannot wait to get Strand to deal with things like this. As soon as I learned about the tether ability, I was like, yeah, this changes everything. There you are. His helmet went flying.
That statue could have come right out of the Leviathan. Maybe he's still the same old Callus deep down.
Imagine if you were coming into this room and all you saw was that rolling down the stairs. That's literally something out of a horror movie. Maybe a horror movie if you were Cabal.
The Shadow Legion must use this grab lift to move equipment and troops across the ship. It should take us deeper in. I still can't believe my sensors. Could the radial mast really be a light artifact?
There's still a great deal we don't know. What is the radial mass capable of? How will it affect the Veil? And what is the Witness planning?
All very good questions, but ones that can wait until we destroy the radial mast and save your city.
I know what's at stake here, Osiris.
See what I mean? Also, give me 1 second. My headset's making my ear itch. There we go. These things are old. They're kind of falling apart. Literally have to hold them together with some scotch tape. Or is it duct tape? I'm not sure what the difference is. I mean, I do, but this kind of tape is kind of special.
Ready for a siege, all right. Just look at all these ships.
Yep.
Callus is ready to annihilate this city. If those ships reach the cryopods, casualties would be devastating.
Hey, I bet we could help with that. Overloading those energy conduits should do the trick.
You'll probably get to see it in the campaign at some point. If not in the campaign, it might be if I'm fighting like a random high-level Cabal, where they will just golden Requiem experience, or golden experience Requiem, sorry, my damage they did to their shield. I was thinking at two things at once when I was saying that stupid joke. See what I said about hating the dogs? Or the war beasts, rather. That was awfully brave of you. Stupid, though. Now, I'm going to pick this up and then immediately put it back down because the game was very trolly the first time I did this on Legendary. As soon as you pick it up, that happens.
Energy? Again?
Like, it honestly expects you to just run all up in there.
Too often.
That reminds me, they changed some of the strikes in this game. I'm not going to drop spoilers on you like that, but one of my favorite strikes, if not my actual favorite strike in this game, got changed to the point that I almost didn't recognize it. Well, that's not true. That's a gross exaggeration. It's more like interesting how they changed it, but also kind of bad. Maybe I will spoil it a little bit. I think I will. Just give me a second.
You've got fewer ships to worry about now.
An improvised distraction. But an effective one.
And the people of Neomuna will be safer. At least for now.
Oh man, I'm already starting to feel sleepy. Gonna have to turn that cold air off. Where is he? Oh, right, above us. Oh, right. So, the spoiler is the mission, the arms dealer, where they changed it by saying the Brachiosaurus that's there is probably just an imposter. I think that's kind of lazy, considering how they changed everything else.
No, but we're getting closer. I can sense it.
Good, good. They haven't moved it yet. There's still some time. Focus on the path ahead of you, Guardian. You're almost there.
That was almost a mistake. But yeah, they changed it extensively, so... What am I doing? No, this is right, about to say. They changed it extensively, so... I don't know why they couldn't just make a new boss. I really don't. They made it harder, too. Like, it's proper hard now. I can't even remember if it was Nightfall difficulty or just... Nah, I think it was Nightfall. Yeah, it was a Nightfall, but it was genuinely hard Nightfall, even on Heroic, compared to how it used to be where...
It's strange. I thought as we got further in, we'd see more of the old Callus. But this... How much has the Witness changed him?
Too much, if you want my humble opinion. I hate when they try to rush you, it's so annoying. Like, you have a gun, you know that, right? You know it's meant for long range, right? Oh, it must be on the other side of the door. But yeah, it's actually proper hard now, and I kind of respect that. What did I just say? And there's the other one. That was therapeutic. And there goes your head. He just got knocked off. You guys saw that? Group shot. Nice. That's exactly what that was. There I am being stupid again. The ricocheting bullets make me think my shot missed sometimes.
Osiris has been struggling, but I don't know what we can do to help. If we can do anything.
I do hate that they gave ricochet rounds the best one.
If my angles are right, this grav lift is a straight shot to the radial mast. We're almost there.
You have overcome every obstacle so far, Guardian. Do not falter now.
I believe there's an enemy there on Legendary.
Just look at this place. All these Shadow Legion soldiers. There's a whole army in here.
An army, ready to march on Neomuna. Callus won't leave a single wall or citizen standing.
Something's wrong. The door just opened for us.
I have a bad
excuse me.
Be vigilant.
I'm sorry guys, I am getting sleepy, but I am going to try to persevere, because I already said we're going to do it in one. I already let it be known I hate doing multiple parts. I really do want to do this in one go. So I'm going to try my best, but first, I will be right back. And I don't remember what I was saying before that. Something about... I don't know. They never shut up, so I can't remember what I was saying. So, be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, I'm back. Wanted to get a little drink and dry snack, so I'm probably gonna need something else to drink in a minute. Also, I turned the heater on, so I'm gonna have to get up to turn that back off in a minute because I don't want it to get too hot to the point it's uncomfortable. I just need to try to stay awake. And ironically, my super just filled up, so I only really need this for the heavy. This room was...
Must be the radial mast. There's no mistaking it. That's light energy radiating from it. Oh no.
At last you have arrived, God. Welcome to this fine test of strength. Alas, this day I have no riches in store for you.
That's a cool line.
Ignore Callus's bloviating. This is your chance. Destroy the radial mast.
So you've come for this meager trinket. It is the very least of the
Oh yeah, I forgot about these creatures.
of the power it can bestow. There is so much more that could be yours if you joined us.
Yeah, so as I was saying, that was a really cool line for Callus because it's a nod to the menagerie. You know, the one activity everyone misses. Oh, I'm getting a little sluggish. But yeah. Oh, let me grab these. But yeah, just remember that giant psychic Callus head above the skies. That's going to be kind of important later. And plays into why people said, you know, the DLC is disappointing.
Too well shielded. We can't
Or
even scratch
expansion, quote unquote expansion.
Your appetite on one of my champions. A mere appetizer for the battle ahead.
Oh no, you don't. I haven't even picked it up yet and already got a firing squad. I had to risk it there. If he had actually blown back, the best I could have done would be to try to swing and hope I'd make it. Speaking of which,
What you are. Now let us
tank that.
see if you were worth the effort.
What am I aiming at? Like I said, I'm being a bit sloppy. I need to take my time. Do it right. Can't promise how that'll be during the Callus fight though. That is one I want to finish as fast as I can. Yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, we are going to fight Callus. He did say as much himself. It's just about the fight that I need to get into. And depending on how much heavy ammo I get will affect how fast it goes.
Even the best contender's performance grows insipid without a worthy opponent. Wouldn't you agree?
Wow, stupid dog. Yep, off into oblivion he goes. I was going to shoot him, but I saw them all surrounding me.
Another darkness anomaly. Where did it come from?
Yeah, I tell you, man, that's the worst feeling. That's the worst feeling. Melee on legendary. It feels like it does literally nothing. That was cool. Wasn't even trying to do that. It just kind of played out that way. I just reacted. That was intentional, though.
Guardian? Guardian! No, not now.
Now you will see true power. What could have been yours? If only you had accepted my generous offers.
Unless he appears in...
You cannot escape vacant oblivion. Embrace your end.
Unless he appears in later missions, I don't think we get to fight that Cabal.
It's, a set of coordinates inside this arena?
Is this the extent of your strength? Is this all the Traveler's chosen Guardians can muster?
Wait for it.
Guardian, your recklessness will be the end of you one day. But not today.
Kite, daughter, traitor, have you come to disappoint me one last time?
Oh, I'm tumbling.
We'll,
Okay.
just show ourselves out.
I know you guys couldn't see it that well, but if you look near the edge, you could see that the Sparrow was in fact tumbling.
The whole ship is coming down on top of us.
Tumbling like a
We have to
weed,
go.
in fact.
We were too late once already, and Callus was able to secure
So I
the
suck
veil.
at driving,
Now
so
the
let's hope I
radial
don't
mass?
embarrass myself.
Empty-handed, Osiris. If you fight the river, it'll sweep you away.
We made it.
Cool.
Don't be fooled by his act. The Callus you face is no almighty emperor, but something far more dangerous. A hungry, desperate beast. Once the Cabal Empire and all its bounty was his to command, and his to consume. Joy was his purpose, and his strength, he said. To angst over edicts and enemies was weakness. But I could see in his eyes dread that his pleasures would soon come to an end, clouding his sight from an incoming coup. I should have killed him then, but I thought exile more fitting. I thought he'd shrivel to nothing in the void of space. Instead, he caught a glimpse of something more. The chance to become greater than he'd ever been. Like a war beast after a blood scent, he chased that chance, abandoning all honor, reason. There was nothing he would not sacrifice for his own salvation. And when the witness came to him at last, Callus faced what he had run from all along. If we don't stop him, he'll make sure it's the end for us all.
Pretty cool cinematic. I was expecting like an eye to appear in the cracks or something, but oh well. I thought I saw something there, but I think it was just my imagination. Two other topics I wanted to discuss were, again, the Witness, but kind of holding off for a specific moment for that. The other one was the Threshers. When that Colossus back there, the invincible one, shot those rockets at me, it instantly triggered my PTSD of the Threshers. I have never hated Threshers more than I did playing this new expansion. They are so obnoxious. Wizards have long time been the most annoying enemies in Destiny, period. Taken wizards are a very close second. Threshers are the only things that come close to threatening the wizard's reign of being the most annoying enemy in the game. Threshers are much tankier. They have no weak point. They can fly. Their attacks track you way stronger than they really should, and they do ridiculous damage. They're just all around terrible enemies to fight.
Empress Title's forces will help push back Callus's advances.
We've done nothing but waste time.
I understand. But I cannot lose you again in your eagerness to fight. It is not the same as before.
I am contemplating your most recent outburst with Strand to see if there are opportunities for improvement.
It was out of control. We did the best we could.
We need to do better.
We don't know what Callus and the Witness want, but if it will have an effect on us all, I can't allow that to happen. I must ponder more on these strands. You should consult with the Cloud Striders to consider what our next steps could be.
Osiris.
I'm fine, Ghost. I'll be fine. Go on.
Let's see if there's any new broadcasts.
Hey, I have a message here from your Vanguard's Commander Zavala asking about you.
He's probably attempting to check in on my physical and psychological status.
You do that kind of thing often?
He and Saint and Ikora are concerned for my safety. As if no longer carrying the light as I did has transformed me instantly into a fragile elder.
Sounds like they care about you, old bird. It's sure rough to be stuck with supportive friends, huh?
I imagine from your perspective I must seem terribly ungrateful.
You know, when I first got the full set of mods, I was making friends with the ground every 5 minutes. Takes a second to find your balance sometimes.
So it does. I appreciate the reminder.
Yeah, they have good chemistry. Good friendship. Keitel.
These are precarious times. I came to see an end to Callus once and for all. But, and I say this with considerable restraint, we are not ready. I've witnessed a great many Patriarch of the Cabal Empire poisoned by obsession. Gaul with the light, Callus with the darkness. I worry for Osiris. Recklessness can manifest into obsession. He must rein in his tempestuousness to hope to defeat Callus. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak.
Keitel is so cool. I'm glad she got added. Let's see. Threshers, right. So, worst enemies in the game. Well, let me not go that far. Like I said, I think wizards might... No, now I think about it. the only reason I'd say wizards might be worse because you simply fight them more than you do thresher ships. But when you actually do a side-by-side comparison, thresher ships are far, far worse than wizards. So by that logic, I guess ultimately, yeah, thresher ships actually take the crown.
How's it looking out there? That Kyle. Oof. She's something else, huh?
Yeah.
Well, look, I was rooting for us. Really, I was. There's no greater joy for me than doing something Rohan would call incredibly reckless. He'll shake his head and say his little catchphrase. Nimbus, headlong and empty-handed. I'm sure you heard it. It's shorthand for, hey kid, stop trying to do it all yourself. We're partners for a reason. And if I screw up and things go south, well, we'll fix them together. The Cloud Arc is still vulnerable. If we can cycle the power, a hard reset like that should kick things back into gear. It's just, this hard reset is deep in Vex territory, and that's where you come in. Osiris and Rohan can go process their differences over some fermented tea or whatever. We're off to go protect the people of Neomuna.
See, a lot of them's lines are not so bad. So, read that. All right. Is it actually tracking the mission? I'm so used to it not doing that. Yeah, it is. Cool. No, well, you know we gotta see that. I was expecting to be like a ghost or a projection or something useless. Well, that's not true. The ghosts aren't useless. I think they can actually get something. Really? So it's a rare that actually cycles. And it's from the Osiris expansion. Okay. I don't know. Facepalming as a hunter is just so right. Oh, I know. Let's see, I just lost it. There it is. Put that there. So whenever other guardians start to dance, you can just do this. Alright, let's go. Man, I really wish I had Strand. I'll try to remember to show one of the things I like to do whenever leaving that spot. But yeah, if you don't share my sentimentality on Thresher ships, you clearly have not been doing enough activities. Because trust me, you will learn to hate them if you do it enough. It is stupid how aggressive they are. It wouldn't be so bad if it was one of two things. Either you make them less tanky, which doesn't make sense because they're ships, or you make it so their rockets just don't track. That's it. But I'm not kidding when I say you can be standing right here, get shot at with rockets, step here, and the rocket will literally round that corner and still hit you. It is beyond stupid. Oh, right. I was going to show you this shotgun I thought was kind of neat, but I forgot it's in my vault, not on my character. Oh well. It's the one that's made by Devram K. It has field tested on it. I do remember that. I don't remember the other perks though. I don't think they were like good, but as far as a shotgun is concerned, I kept it. Also, if you're wondering why my hunter looks so edgy, one, I don't think so. I generally like the cover black. I think she looks more tactical, you know, with like 4 or 5 different belts on, than edgy. Secondly, if you're wondering why this is red, is literally just to match with this right here. Red, 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 kinda red, red. That's the only reason. I tried other colors, but then when you see all this red here, it just throws it off for me. So I made it red too.
We're still a little fuzzy here. What exactly is the Cloud Arc?
It's our city's network. Our infrastructure. Our people. Our defenses. Everything depends on it. And what we're doing now is stopping the Vex from siphoning energy from the Cloud Arc's reactor. We do that, the Veil's safe, the Neomuni are safe. Bing bang boom. Targaretas on Rohan. Make your way to the Cloud Arc reactor. We'll head to the central power junction. Once you cycle the system, we'll be able to return power to the reactor.
We're on it.
I was gonna kill that Cyclops. Then I remembered I don't have to. Yeah. Wyverns, as cool as they are, I think they're more or less the new second. Wizards are still pretty bad, but Wyverns are like awful in an entirely different reason. Spasm harder, why don't you?
Just so we're clear, if the Cloud Arc is lost, what does that mean for the Neomuni?
All our citizens have uploaded their consciousness into the Cloud Arc. No Cloud Arc means lights out for everyone in Neomuna.
Ah, so it's bad. Got it. That's another one of those pockets of darkness energy. Should we get a closer look?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do what it's telling me to do because I already know how to do it. So instead, we're just gonna take this little shortcut. And I would risk grappling on that, but I don't trust it because it's possible I might just hit the lip.
That time. Why did it work that time? Huh. It's like you're pulling on some kind of invisible ropes. I'm detecting those sources as a concentration of energy coming from a common source. It's got to be the Veil. Like some sort of magnetic field all around Neomuna. Let's keep an eye out for more of those.
I'll show off a bit more strand once we actually, like, not necessarily get it full stop, but close enough. That was a bad grenade. That could have been better. It's funny, I kind of felt like my character tripped when I was running forward, and that made me throw it sooner than I meant to. Yeah, that's definitely the triple targeting in effect there. Those are usually much harder to hit. Well, not much harder, but like, let's see, from here. Yeah, see, I was clearly aiming at the stomach, but nope. What about there? Nope, still not the stomach. Still not the stomach. Still not the stomach. I'm not even sure if it even registered there. Like, it took no damage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something weird about their bodies when it comes to bullet magnetism and the fact their weak point is in their stomach. Nah, that was a bad one. Sometimes it feels like it's not charged all the way. There's another cool thing about this area is the destructible environment. I wish a lot of other areas in the game were like that. Let's see, where are they going? There we go. Ah, I was hoping that would get more. Guess not. That shield. Yeah, I was hoping more. They should do that in more areas. Make the environment destructible. Because it's just cool. It's always been cool. Do more. You're doing good. Do more. You are really hiding from me, aren't you? Though, given that, I suppose you were justified. Sorry, I'm starting to drift off again. Trying my best, though. I really hate that, man. I really want to do it.
The central power junction. Ready to blast this power back to the Cloud Arc once you've cycled the system.
In one go. Why they always got to try to talk when I'm talking?
On. These Vex are short-circuiting voluntarily.
See?
Ah, okay. You'll have to clean up those Vex complexes before heading to the reactor.
We haven't observed this kind of behavior before. Hope you're taking notes, Nimbus. Of the headless robot dance? Yeah, I've seen it before. It's gotta be a way for them to create a gateway to the Cloud Arc.
This station's power output is unbelievable. Earth was decades away from technology like this, even during the Golden Age.
Or express themselves emotionally? I don't know who can say, honestly.
I thought that was a vent there. And that was another good line from Nimbus saying, you know, the headless robot dance, or is their way of expressing themselves emotionally. They're robots. You know, he really does have some good lines. Honestly, truthfully, Nimbus does. It's just like I said, when they go overboard with him is when it's an issue. But beyond that, it's pretty tolerable. Oh wow. Couldn't have done that if I tried. I didn't even know it could do that. It's not supposed to bounce. This fight was, I wouldn't say hard, but it definitely came like a battle of attrition, because Hydras, again, are trying to get up there on the most annoying list, but it kind of depends on the Hydra. Some of them are like this.
It's escaping. Wait, why did it leave?
Weird. Something's off. Keep going, but keep an eye out.
Not necessarily, you know, they run away like that. This one's obviously special. I meant... Oh, they're not exploding. Wait a minute. One of my things aren't on. Hold up. I'm going to have to check that. Either I might have forgot to buy the fragment. Let me look. Yeah, I think I forgot to buy the fragment. Am I blind? Why are they not exploding? I kind of noticed it the first time, but I thought maybe, you know, there was so much hectic stuff going on, I thought maybe I was just saying things. But aren't they supposed to explode? I meant to buy that one too. There it is. That one's not on, is it? I didn't mean to put it there. Now I'm making myself look even more stupid. Okay, what to replace though? Probably that one, if I'm being honest. There we go. Okay, I was wondering why I didn't have it equipped. Let's see. It depends on the Hydra you're fighting. Like, some of them are just, you know, like that, where they occasionally shoot you. Not too big of a deal. While other ones, on the other hand, will literally fire at you non-stop. As long as they sense you are there, they will constantly stop shooting. For those who have been in this sector long enough, you know exactly what Hydra I'm talking about that will do that. Oh, and not only does it shoot you constantly, it shoots faster than this one, like about twice as fast, if not 3 times as fast. And obviously it'll do more damage, because it's like a mini boss, or a secret boss, I guess is a better term. I know what I said about the sidearm, but I really wasn't worried about it right there.
I'm in place, and I can see you're coming up to the reactor. Stop the Vex from siphoning the station and we're golden.
Well, I mean, if they're presenting, might as well take advantage, right? That should do it.
That does it. How's it looking, Rohan?
Something's still siphoning power. Look around for any remaining Vex influence. That's it! Power's cycling. Once it's back on, it'll be running the Cloud Arc.
Something feels off here. That was a little too easy.
You know, the more I look at it, the more I like it. Maybe I will make that my new facepalm. There we go. Also, yeah, Ghost apparently is very selective on when he wants to activate his light and when he doesn't. Something I pointed out back in the Witch Queen, but then it was much more annoying why he didn't do it.
What do you say we expedite that exit, folks? I got Shadow Legion on my tail.
Now, I hate this next part.
What are they doing here? Well, considering I'm getting shot at, I'd say it's for us. Get out of there, Guardian. It's a trap. Never get yourself out of there. Okay, and that's a bomb.
Mapping and escape maneuvers.
See, when he said that, I thought it was like just a little catchphrase, like, oh yeah, that's a bomb, definitely gonna do that. No, Nimbus meant it's literally a bomb. And as bad as I am with my memory, and how I do in high tension situations, I don't think I'll die, because I've done this part twice. Once on Heroic, or Legendary, and then once on Casual. And I didn't die either time, even though I was fumbling around for a bit both times. I didn't die, so I should be okay. But of course, since I'm streaming now, and to some extent I will have an audience, we'll see. Yeah, screw it. There's the explosion. That's what it's supposed to do.
I think I'm in the clear, but man, it's rough out there. Guardian?
Still in the rough part.
Man, I was waiting for them to shut up. I was gonna make a joke.
Strands. They're probably the best chance we've got to get out of here.
I was gonna make a joke about shooting out the vent with my golden gun, because that'd be a gross example of overkill, but didn't get to. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that was bad. I already told you my directions are bad. I thought that was something else. Yeah, just ignore everything, alright? You saw nothing.
Guardian, I'm detecting bombs. A lot of bombs. The Shadow Legion are trying to lock us in.
Oh yeah, I hated this part too. I think I died maybe twice here. I know for sure I died once. Maybe twice. But there's a reason for that, because someone thought it'd be a good idea to put 2 tormentors in a small room. Now, to be fair, dang it, that was a miss. It took me a second to realize how their weird armor works, because the very first time I saw one, I threw a throwing knife at it, and it literally just bounced off. That's because I didn't aim at its weak points. I didn't know it worked that way till I kept shooting it and eventually figured it out. Yeah, I can even tank explosions pretty well. Thankfully, they are pretty Mirandering when they're just walking like badasses. I remember the first and second time I did this, I told you it took like 2 tries at the most. One easy thing you can do is bait them into like jumping so you can get a free hit off of them. And another thing to do is not enrage them both at the same time. That just screams bad idea. Oh, come on. Drop kick. Man, that felt good. Alright, time to bounce.
Okay, we need to get out of here fast. I found a way out. We're going up.
And yeah, we do need strand for this. I kinda remember the path. I know they like putting these little machine guns everywhere, so anytime I see one, I have an idea where I'm going.
Going up. Up!
Ah, that was a bad jump. Oh, bumped my head. I could feel that was about to happen too. Because it works like a slingshot effect, so I should have saw that coming, but I was just trying to get out. I was expecting to see a bomb or something. He said right, and I went left anyway. So yeah, that wasn't so bad, despite me making 2 really dumb mistakes.
Wow, that was sweet. Did you see how sweet that was?
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Oh, I gotta say, I did not know how that strand stuff was gonna work out this time.
It worked all right. With the powerful asset you have there, in the right context.
In the right context. he didn't find it first.
Power's returning to the Cloud Ark. Great work, everyone. That's what I call a well-earned win.
So I'm seeing some kind of liquid down there, and I see actual thunderheads over there. So why do we not have rain on this world again? You can even make the excuse that the rain is artificial because this place seems to love bragging about their vegetation. Well, not this place specifically, but this little archive area. What a waste, man. What an absolute waste. Whatever. Not my problem.
A paracausal superposition?
Here we go.
Like magnetic poles.
You've been busy. Well?
For so long, we saw dark and light as antagonists. We believed we were the champions of the good because we wielded the light. If these are not moral forces, if they are not opposites, what are they? At its root, the Traveler is a terraformer, a gardener. It generates natural life, physical transformation at a molecular scale across whole planets. This should have been our first hint. The domain of the light is the domain of the physical. The darkness then is revealed in many facets. Dreams and nightmares, emotions, pain, memory. The nature of Strand confirms this line of thinking. Darkness is something entirely apart from light. A paracausal union, conjoining intangible conscious realities, discursively linking to...
You're talking about the River of Souls.
River?
Yeah, it's a story we tell kids on Neptune.
A nursery rhyme.
Sort of. Since before history, there's been this raging river. In the story, some try to divert the river, others try to build a dam, but nothing stops it. Lots of people have believed that we either sink in the water or learn to swim.
Don't we?
See, that's the real wild part. We are the river.
And empowered by it, it would seem.
You know, I think I know of a place where we can find some of that power.
Okay, so what happened there is a very big deal, and no one is talking about it. Osiris does not have a ghost anymore, meaning he cannot be resurrected. How can he still wield the light? Why is this not a big deal? He can be out there fighting now. Like, yeah, sure, if he dies, he dies, but he has, well, I guess it's technically a darkness power, but you get what I'm saying. He has powers now. He has Strand, clearly. So why is he not out there fighting again? The whole, he only has one life thing is no excuse, because that happened to every Guardian during the Red War. There's no excuse. Now, the only reason I can somewhat let this slide is because we only have one other example, and that was with Cade, when his ghost was killed. We know for sure, okay, his ghost is dead, so he definitely can't be revived. But it never stated, as far as I can recall, that, okay, now that his ghost is dead, that means his connection to the Traveler is severed forever. Whether it is or it isn't does not matter, because Strand is the power of the darkness. So Osiris can clearly wield Strand. Why is no one talking about this? Why is he not surprised by this? Why is he not bringing this up like, oh yes, well, why not put that at the end of the campaign where it's like, you know, I've seen you Strand all this time, and I started to meditate with the Cloud Striders, and now I've regained some powers. I have the power of Strand now. I can fight again. No, he just casually uses it. People keep complaining about Osiris, and they don't complain about that. That's crazy. Well, I say it's crazy. It's more like expected, because you kind of have to delve into it like I did. On the surface, you might just see it as, okay. But no, really, he should not be able to do that. Or if he does, or he can, why does no one care? Why is it such a nothing moment? That's one of the cutscenes I've been waiting for to really talk about, because it makes no sense that no one cares. The only, again, Maybe it's in the lore book. There are so many, and I will be the first to admit I have not read all of them. So if it's in the lore book somewhere, then fine. But it's not a good explanation because we ourselves, the main characters, just discovered Strand. So how can Osiris already use it?
Been all over,
Or at least manifest it?
Seen anything cool lately?
Nah, it's bad no matter how you look at it.
I wish the Thrillodrome was still running. I bet you'd love it.
That is an Iron Banner hood if I've ever seen them. Speaking of hoods, let's see. Speaking of hoodies, not hoodies, why did I say hoodies? Hoods for hunters, a lot of them are bad. Like a whole bunch of them are bad. I really do like the one I have. I've had it since Mars was still a function, like back when Anna, when she was still the Mars faction lady to get rep from. As soon as I saw that cloak when I had my hunter, I was like, I have to get that. That's what I have to get. And sure enough, I did. So, really proud of that. But a lot of the cloaks are just bad. They're either too small, the hood is too short, or too tightly around your head. One of the actual good cloaks that I bought with real money.
I talked with Osiris. You know, he
No, shut up. I need to finish this. Shut up. One of the cloaks I actually bought for real money is actually like super glued to my hunter's back for no reason, and it pisses me off almost as much as that pisses me off. That's kind of why I stopped wearing this cloak for a while, because I got so sick and tired of seeing that crap. Remember how expensive this game is? Remember how expensive the DLCs and expansions are? This still happens. Your money is going to good place, people. Really, it is. So here's a good example of one. With the fur, that looks nice. The hood is a bit too small, but otherwise it's fine, right? Here's another one. The hood is even smaller, but it's a nice shape, and again, it has fur on it. Let me show you the piece of de resistance. Yeah, I don't even have that many close, because not a lot of them are good. This one. This one would probably be my main cloak. The hood is nice and big, has kind of like a scarf effect. The fur here is nice, but if you look really hard when I turn my character, this part right here, all of this is solid. It does not flow. For no reason. Waste of money. Absolute waste. Yeah, I'm always going to be salty about that, because I paid for that. Why are you going to make that cloak be the one that doesn't work and not fix it?
You know, he gives off uptight museum volunteer vibes, but he's a nice guy when you catch him one-on-one. He got me thinking, which is a compliment I can give very few people.
Good line.
There's a place nearby you two might find useful for your Strand stuff. I'll get you the coordinates. Speaking of compliments, you never fail to amaze me, you know that? Everything that's come at us, you're just like, oh, bam, pew, pew, pow. And suddenly whatever's coming at us ain't coming at us anymore. And you just keep doing it, like it's nothing. Wow. The first time Rohan told me I did a good job, I'd given up hoping for it, and by the time I got it, I didn't need it. In hindsight, I think he did that on purpose, but whatever. I promised myself I'd do it different when I took over. The old man might think compliments go straight to your head. But if that helps you Strandify and us take down Callus, by all means, let it go to your head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
See? Nimbus genuinely has good lines. It's only when the joke is pushed farther than it needs to do I like, okay, that's a bit much. So, read that. And again, I'm sorry, guys. I hate being a hypocrite. I hate being a hypocrite more than anything. But I'm reaching my limit. I feel like ending the stream right now. I've been going for 2 hours, so that might be why. Let's go and get this. I do promise, though, if I make a part 2, I will make a part 2. I'll pick up here, because I do want my strand power. I just need a little bit of a break. So, sorry, I really wanted it. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Sorry. I was really debating, should I really push it or not, but I don't think I will. Maybe if I actually had an audience, that might be some motivation to keep going, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just stating a fact. It really is just me watching. Like, the 2 people who showed up have left since I don't know when. Probably when I started talking. But since it's just me, and you can always just watch this later, I guess it really isn't that big of a deal if it's broken into 2 parts, is it? So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you around.